Hi, I'm Susan Marie Ruman, Educational Consultant with the New Mexico WEBS project. WEBS is an acronym that stands for Widening the Educational Base for Students in the State of New Mexico. Today's workshop will focus on how do we support persistence with our ABE students.
And my name is Kim Iwasko. I'm also an educational consultant with the WEBS project and a co-presenter. Thank you so much for being at our presentation this morning. We are the New Mexico ABE WEBS project. And what is WEBS? Well, WEBS is widening the educational base for students project. And today we are going to take you through the intentions of the WEBS project, who we are, how we got started, what is our mission, how are we trying to integrate with adult basic education practitioners throughout the state, and how we're trying to make an impact on student performance statewide.
So what we want to share with you today truly are our intentions of the project, so you'll understand the project. The WEBS project is a professional development project for the ABE arena throughout the state. So our intentions is to reach as many constituents as possible, all right? With that in mind, because I won't read this to you, you can read this yourselves, but what I'd like to speak to you as you look at this is that our acronym, the name of our project is intentional. It is to build capacity. It is to nurture the notion that practitioners know how to do it better than anyone else in the locations that they are housed.
So if our trainings are working, how are we going to know? We're going to be able to look at tables 4B and 5, which are our state student achievement data tables. So that's how we're going to know, are we moving things forward?
So with that in mind, the WEBS project has a handful of goals. And when you look at these goals, you can see that we're embedding our practices and, as a way of modeling what we want to encourage all of the practitioners in the state of New Mexico to do, and that is in data-driven influence.
And as Susan Marie's talking about persistence, last year in the state of New Mexico, we lost more students than we kept that did not post-test. And so that's why that is on our priority list. It's right at the top.
Excellent. Next goal as ABE instructors is to ensure that our students can transition to meet their lifelong goals. And that could be either college, more educational experiences, or a career.
The third intention of the project is to create content standards.
Another goal, formative assessments. Looking at how we are assessing what we do to ensure that, I know all of us have had this experience, wow, I did something and it really worked. But then you have to take a moment and step back and think, how do I know it worked? And that's what formative assessments support our practices. And then our last is, as practitioners, we want to practice what we preach. Our intentions truly are that we cannot do it alone. I know that all of you feel that way. Our intention is never to try to do it alone. And therefore, we have created the structure of our project to be multidimensional. Our intentions with the project is to identify 10 regional leads. We have 4 dynamic regional leads right now. Cindy, who is out of this campus. We have David out of Catholic Charities. They will be serving our central region. We have Gretchen Alvarado in the southeast region. And then we have Thomas McGahey, who's out of Brent's. We're looking and desiring to have 2 regional leads in each region. In an effort also to ensure that there is a lattice approach, a web approach, we as a project have an advisory committee to inform and to continue to advise our practices and our approach. So we just wanted you to know who our advisory committee members are. And so you can see that maybe you are familiar with some of them and some maybe you're not.
Okay. Well, one of the largest persistence studies was done over a number of years, and what came out of it were some core values that adult basic education programs needed to have in place in order for students to persist. And they are, a student needs to have a sense of belonging. So what does that mean? One of our key focuses on today's presentation is persistence through service learning. A student needs to feel like they are part of something greater. So one thing that the study found is if students are engaged in something that is contributing to the community and not just self, they feel a sense of belonging. I fit into this college or to my adult basic ed program because I'm on the student council, or because the vice president came by today to say, hey, how are you? Caring, belonging, you're here. You belong with us. You're our peeps. Agency, that's from the state level down. New Mexico Higher Education Department. How are they supporting us? Are they providing data in a timely manner? Are they providing the agencies with what they need to function? Relevance, the adult ed classroom. If we start talking about how was your trip to Spain, most of our adult ed students are going to drop right off, because is that relevant to folks in poverty? No, it's not relevant. How was your trip down to the local mesa where you went fishing? Relevant. So keeping it relevant to the local community. Clarity. When a student walks into our ABE classroom or our ABE program, can we get them where they need to go? Is the student clear on what we can offer and what we can do well? Is it specific enough? Competence. Are our teachers trained? Are they skilled? Are they participating in professional development opportunities? Do they have production of portfolios? How are they demonstrating their learnings? Stability. You know, and that's one thing that I really wanted to talk about. Stability in our program. So many of us are feeling the pressure of decreasing funds. Well, one thing that the intentions of the WEBS project is, you guys, it's in our control. It's in our power. If we get more students to persist in our state and to post-test and to make level gains, our financial woes in adult basic education are going to go away because we're going to get incentive funding. Sure, we're always going to have some federal cuts, but I think what Susan Marie and I are really trying to bring back to folks is it's in our hands. And as we're going to be talking about student learning, it's not really in teachers, administrators' hands. It's in the hands of the students. Engagement. Well, we're going to let you folks read this on your own. Because we base all of our practice on research. Truly, everything we do in the WEBS project is based on research. And so we just provided this to you as a foundation to what we're going to embark on next. Student learning promising practices. So that's our jumping off point. What are we talking about today? This is it, student learning. And we would like to pay respect to Cesar Chavez and the Si Se Puede. We have been given exclusive rights to be able to use all of the curriculum. So if you go to the WEBS website, all of this curriculum is for you and it's for free. You can just use it and download it, and you can copy it free will. So please, and it's on our website, and so it's all there. How can we help improve retention? Well, you guys tell me. You tell me without even looking at the whiteboard. How do we help our students feel like they're part of a greater thing than themselves? What do we do? Do students that are engaged in service learning, do they have to have a GED? Okay. Do students have to have citizenship to engage in service learning? No. What about students that have committed felonies? Can they get involved in student learning? You betcha they can.
Nice.
See?
Yes.
You got it. It doesn't, there aren't barriers. So you don't have to say to them, well, I'm sorry, you can't participate because you don't have X, Y, and Z. Everybody is involved in student learning.
By investing in something greater than oneself is a way of persistence. supporting persistence so that we can impact overall growth.
We did want to share just a few other ideas that we can use to help our students persist. I just wanted to share that one of the intentions of the WEBS project is we will be coming to your region and we will be talking about ways that students can engage in service learning projects so we can highlight those, we can promote those, and we can support those with our political legislators. Not only are our students engaged in getting their GED, which is a selfish goal, but students are also, because they're involved in their GED class, they're also involved with their local food bank and what have you. So we're trying to bring a focus that adult students also become active members of the New Mexico workforce. They get rehabilitated, they get out, and they can make changes. So we'll be contacting you, and we would love for you to contact us via the website.
The quote on the next slide, I think, speaks most eloquently to our intentions as a project. And so I would like to read this to you, simply because every time I read it, I'm reminded. Okay? Go to the people, live with them, learn from them, love them. Start with what they know, build with what they have, but with the best leaders, when the work is done, the task accomplished, the people will say, we have done this ourselves.